Welcome to Kids Read Radio, the official podcast for FVRL Kids. A great place to discover reading picks and more.
Hi, my name is Mieke, and in this podcast, I will tell you about two children's sci-fi fantasy books that are fun to read because they both involve time travel and mystery. And even though they were written 47 years apart, the two novels are connected. The first book is A Wrinkle in Time, written by Madeleine. This was one of the first fantasy books I read when I was 12 years old. I loved how it carried me away in my imagination to a different time and another world. I connected with Meg, the main character, because she was a young girl that I could relate to. Meg is awkward, unsure of herself, bad at math, and fiercely loyal to her brother. She had a mission to bring her family back together, and in order to do so, she needed to travel through time. When I read A Wrinkle in Time, I was drawn in immediately as Meg encounters three kind but quirky witches that take her away to another planet to rescue her brother. The characteristics that made Meg an awkward teen became her strengths as she fights hard to save her brother, Charles Wallace. Now, if you enjoy the first book, there are 4 more books in the Wrinkle in Time series that are filled with more fantastical adventures of Meg and her family. Next, I'm going to tell you about the second book titled When You Reach Me, written by Rebecca Stead. Miranda, the main character of this story, loves the book A Wrinkle in Time. She loves it so much that she carries a copy of it with her everywhere she goes. It turns out that A Wrinkle in Time is a major player in this book, as Miranda encounters mysterious letters, time travel, friendship, and an odd person who seems to know a lot about her, even about her future. Both books are stories set in a fantasy world, but they also feel like a part of real life. When you're reading these books, you will become engrossed in their realistic, imaginary settings. A Wrinkle in Time is available at FVRL as a book, CD audiobook, downloadable ebook, or audiobook, and even as a graphic novel. When You Reach Me is available as a book. I highly recommend that you read A Wrinkle in Time first.
Thanks for listening to our show. Remember, the library is always open. Check out the digital content tab on our website for fun stuff for kids.